Juan, and today I'm going to be talking to you about spaying and neutering your cats and dogs. According to the Humane Society of the United States, 10,000 babies are born in the U.S. on any given day. On that same day, however, 70,000 puppies and kittens are born. By themselves, these statistics don't mean that much, but when you put them together, it's pretty clear that having that many more puppies and kittens born each day isn't going to work out. There's simply not enough homes and people to take care of all these extra animals born every day. So when shelters receive all these poor animals that never find a home, they have no choice but to euthanize them because they simply can't find someone to take care of them. So that adds up to over 1 million puppies and kittens euthanized every year in shelters. Spaying or neutering your pet can make your pet live a longer and healthier life, reduce and eliminate the risk of certain cancers and tumors, and it reduces the urge of males and females to go out and roam while they're in heat, which could save up an animal's life. And they can also become more docile and easier to train after they've been spayed or neutered. Spaying or neutering your pet can give them the longer and healthier life, reduce and eliminate certain diseases, and make it easier to train your animal. In the Banfield Pet Hospital's State of Pet Health 2013, they found a correlation between spaying and neutering pets and their lifespans. They took their information from 2.2 million dogs and 460,000 cats from Banfield hospitals all over the country in 43 states. They found that neutered male cats live a mean of 62% longer than unneutered male cats, and spayed female cats live a mean of 39% longer than unspayed female cats. Neutered male dogs live a mean of 18% longer than unneutered male dogs, and spayed female dogs live a mean of 23% longer than unspayed female dogs. These results are shocking to me because having that many more animals have a longer life seems like it would be so worth it just to get your dog or cat spayed or neutered. And doing it these days is so affordable. I know right here in the FM area we have a vet that does spay or neuter simply based on your income. So if you're a student or you just simply don't make that much money, they will spay or neuter your cat or dog for a very decent price. And so they're trying to make it as easy as possible for them to save more lives. They also found that 2 of the 5 states with the shortest lifespan for dogs have the highest percentage of unneutered and unspayed dogs. And those states are Mississippi and Louisiana. These statistics are pretty clear. Though they were just collected over 1 year and 1 hospital, they still have proven a lot. They just have to have the results for more years, and they can hopefully convince more people that this is very important for these animals. Another important health benefit from spaying your female pet is reducing the risk of breast cancer, and it completely eliminates the risk of ovarian and uterine cancer. A dog spayed before her first heat will have an almost 0 chance of developing mammary cancer later in life. And the statistics are very similar in cats. This just proves that the younger you get them spayed or neutered is only going to help them in the long run. And obviously ovarian and uterine cancer are eliminated simply because they're removing the part that would get the disease. But if it's a reduced chance of them suffering later in life, it is a great deal for them. And on the male side, one of the major health benefits of neutering them would involve the prostate gland. As dogs age, their prostates gradually enlarge. This is called benign prostate hyperplasia, or BPH. It can be extremely painful for the dogs, and sometimes it can only be fixed through neutering and sometimes invasive surgery. So by simply getting them neutered right away, you are reducing their risk of having some terrible pain later in life. And those surgeries cost a great deal of money, a lot more than any neutering would be. And in males, it also reduces the risk of hernias and some kind of tumors. As for the behavioral benefits to spaying and neutering, there are quite a few actually. Neutering male dogs and cats can reduce urine marking in your house, aggression toward other dogs, and territorial aggression. And I know this firsthand. My parents just recently bought 2 male black labs, and they're only about 2 weeks apart, but they're not brothers. And I noticed right away that they were extremely aggressive with each other, and they were both fighting to be the alpha dog. They would urinate in the house all the time just to simply mark their territory. And since before the urine smell could come out, they would just urinate on it again. So my parents got them neutered when they were almost a year old. You could tell right away that they were completely different dogs. They were calmer and they stopped urinating in the house. And they aren't as aggressive toward each other anymore. They still have their little play fights over a dog toy or bone, but is definitely not as aggressive as they were before. But of course my parents were a little on the fence about whether or not they should neuter the dogs because they are purebred black labs with the good genes that don't have any bad hips or whatnot. So they didn't want to let that go to waste. They kind of wanted to get more of these animals, but in the end they decided the health risks and behavioral issues simply weren't worth it. So they chose to neuter them, and they haven't looked back. They are so much happier with their dogs now that they are neutered. And for the female behavioral issues, they're usually not as aggressive as males, and they may act spayed-like for a good part of the year, but as soon as they enter heat, they can become different animals. They can be more aggressive and show erratic behavior, such as howling or rubbing themselves on the ground or on furniture. And a male who isn't neutered can detect females when they're in heat from miles away. So you can have unwanted males just roaming around your house looking for a chance for your female to come out. And of course, if you let your animals out, you don't want them to run away or get hit by a car. And so the majority of animals will become more relaxed after being spayed or neutered and less prone to undesirable behavior. Through my speech today, I hope you are now aware of the health benefits associated with spaying or neutering your pets. And those health benefits were living longer, healthier lives, less likely to get certain diseases, and have less behavioral issues. This should be a major motivation for people to spay or neuter their animals as young as possible, just so they don't have to watch their animals suffer later in life. So with this speech, I hope you are more likely to at least consider doing this with your future pets. Thank you.